And then
Oh,
even
wow.
like it wasn't even like a requirement to wear masks. I told everybody, just based on your comfort level, they said. And I was like North Carolina and Virginia, and they said just up to you. I was like, wow, that was like an eye opener for me.
Oh, I bet. Like I can't
Yeah.
even imagine. Like you have to show that you were vaccinated in order to eat at a
Yeah. So
restaurant.
you can have your physical card, or
Mhm.
some people they take a picture of it, so you have it on your.
And if you can't provide that as proof, you weren't allowed to eat there.
You can order to go. You got to
Wow.
take it home.
Just can't dine in.
Yeah. Can't dine in. Yeah, and there's some places where they have the temperature taker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the official one, or their physical temperature taker. Yeah, and it's
Wow.
starting to be okay. I still
It's
go out a lot.
yeah, yeah. It,
And everything's so expensive now.
it really is. Price has really gone up. It inflation is one of those things that you just
Yeah,
can't get rid of it. You can't get rid
yeah.
of it.
Yeah, it was funny because what was it? Last week Friday, so I ordered like four meals. And she was like $27. I was like, what did I order? And then I was questioning her. I was kind of joking around, like, how much is it per? She was like $9, and then she started giving me the rundown. Yeah, everything is so expensive now. Everything's going up. What do you expect? And I was like, I just wanted to know how much it is. I'm still here's my credit card.
Yeah,
I'm paying.
right.
It's not like I drove up and said never
Never
mind.
mind.
So,
Exactly. After it's been prepared.
yeah, I was kind of questioning that, and then she started giving me like rundown about like, okay, Costco and this and that. I was like, okay.
Oh my. I mean,
Yeah, so
I feel like wherever you're spending your dollar, you're obligated to know. Like you're obligated to
yeah,
to ask a question about, well, how did it get to this price? And sometimes,
yeah.
people get so offended about it and it just blows my mind. I'm like I'm like, it's my money. I have a right to know, you know, what you
Yeah.
think you're just going to give me a price and I'm going to pay it? Like, how
Yeah,
did
I
you
was
come
like,
up
how
with
much
that?
is it?
Because look, how did you come up with that? Because the way that I tallied it, I got about this amount.
Yes, yes, exactly.
you know, it's crazy.
Yeah, but she was just like, "Mom, don't you know?" And I'm like, "Sorry." Like, okay,
Oh, wow.
but
But you're in such a, you know what, all in all, Marissa, like, you're just really lucky. You're in a beautiful place. Like, politics, we can't escape. You just can't escape it. And it shapes everything around us. Everything that's taking place in society, politics has its
yeah,
hands on. But
yeah,
all in all, like you are waking up in a really, really beautiful place and space. So I mean, you're lucky. You're really lucky. Like, cause you could be somewhere like Ohio.
I heard it's nice there.
I'm.
The manager, she said, like, well, I like this place.
Oh
Oh,
goodness.
yeah. So I think, yeah, she grew up there, Ohio, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, graduated high school. Okay, I'm ready to get out of here.
Right.
It's like, and then she got married, and then joined her husband, ex, joined the military, so they wound up in Hawaii, and they divorced, and she just stayed here, and she was all like, I loved it. I love Hawaii. Oh,
It's one of those.
and then
Sometimes people get that duty station, and it's one of those places. Like my cousin was stationed there, and I'm like, I don't know how you could return. I don't know how you could return and go anywhere else
yes,
because it's so beautiful.
but
It.
see, I love your mindset. I think it's probably like you mentioned, even when you were young, you were traveling, and you were go, go, go. So but there are those people that they get stationed here, and they're just all like, and they live inside the base, and they're just like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go outside those gates.
Yep.
I'm just here. I have the commissary. I have the exchange. I'm just here. And
Right.
they just like up and down. I don't like it here. I don't like it here. I'm
Yes.
miserable. Nobody's friendly. And I'm like, well, how do you know they're not friendly? Because have you, or have you gone out the gate?
Exactly. Have you gone anywhere?
Yeah.
Have you gone
Yeah.
anywhere? And I hate when people form those type of opinions because it just gives, if it falls on the wrong ears, like everyone can't discern. Like know that you
Yeah.
didn't go anywhere to form that type of opinion about a place. So sometimes,
Yeah.
and you pass this information along, and you're like, where is all this bad talk about this place coming from? Like, and like you said, you didn't get out the gate.
Yeah.
You got to go out. You got to see what it's like.
Yeah. Yeah. And I the mindset sometimes is like, oh, they're so expensive. But it's like, sometimes I just look online. It's like, okay, how about if I'm in Northern California? How's the pricing
Mhm.
there? How about if I'm in New York? How's the pricing there? I'm seeing it's kind of comparable as far
Yeah.
as the pricing.
Yeah.
So in the end, Hawaii is not. Yes, it's expensive, but it's not the most expensive. And you have to be smart when you're shopping. Like, hey, when it's on sale, that's when I'm gonna go shopping.
That's right.
And yeah,
Got to be
and
frugal.
we exactly. So we look at we have Costco and Sam's Club
Mhm.
membership. So we wait for those sales ahead, and we look for like the different stores, compare the pricing. My husband's still in the reserve, so we shop at the commissary. But
Nice.
sometimes I just need the milk now, so
Right.
I go
Right.
I go Safeway down the street because that's the closest. So
Wow.
again, like you mentioned, it's being smart. You know,
Yeah. For sure.
yeah, because you cannot always like, oh, this and that. But yeah,
It's,
hopefully you can make it here soon.
I hope so too. And it's one of those things. I, Marissa, I hate to say this, but you know, people are just they're different. You have day and you have night. so so if you if you send someone that loves like the crowded, like hustle bustle, like say someone from New York to a place like,
Uh-huh.
it's demographics. It's all kinds of things that like play into that type of mentality. Like, because Hawaii is one of those places. How could you not like it?
And
Like you.
people pay to come here, and they're living here, right?
Exactly. How could you not like it? You have to like there, but there's people that love the slums. That it's true. There's people that love the slums. They like the nasty, filthy, crowded scene. And
Yeah.
they can't appreciate nicer areas.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we just gotta see.
Yeah,
But yeah, you gotta make it back over here again. And the good
for
thing is,
sure.
you said you did the island cruise, so you were able to kind of touch up on the other one. It's just now you want to be able to take it in more, not to your own time frame, right? It's
Yeah,
not like, okay,
yeah,
now we gotta go. If you don't get back on the ship,
exactly.
you're stuck.
Yes. So I am. I'm gonna. That's something to look into. I'm gonna look at next year. And I think that's going to be my one place, like at the top of my list to go. It's Hawaii. And now that I have this input, I appreciate you providing your insight. Now that I have this input, that's something I can apply.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, you can always ask me anytime.
That's
As
true.
far as
Look,
okay,
look,
this and that.
Marissa, that's so funny. That's true. I'm like, oh, duh, I can call you back. Like, I'm looking at this as if, like, well, now, school starts and that's the end of enrollment encounters, like, but I can
No.
call.
Yes, yes, most definitely. Just because you're enrolled, you started class, you finished the first class, yeah, you can. Oh, I'm here until the end.
Yeah,
The end of
yeah.
your. Um, because what's the time frame that we had said?
2 years.
Now it's all coming to me. Why that flight attendant? Your love of travel.
Yes. Yeah. I absolutely love to travel. Like, it's just in me.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. I'm all about traveling, and that's why sometimes like with my kids, it's like, okay, we gotta go. What? No, it's like, well, I'm going then.
Aw.
I'm going.
Yeah.
um,
Pack your bag.
you know, yeah. It's like, okay, I'll go then. Yeah. It's like during the holidays, we're all like, okay, let's go visit your brother, so he's not alone for Christmas. Oh well, and then I'm like, you know what?
You know what?
Yeah, stay here. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't get a chance to ask you. So, where are you from originally? Like, born and raised?
I was born in California, but
Okay.
I've lived on different places. I've lived in like California, Florida. When we first got married, um, he got stationed in Germany. So my oldest, his first 3 years, we lived in Germany, and
Okay.
then we went. Then we went. We moved to Tampa, and then we were there for 3 years, and then my father-in-law retired here, and then because he's from North Carolina, he said I hate the cold, and he said okay. He got stationed in Hawaii a couple of times, and then he said this is where I'm going to retire. Then
Oh,
it was just
wow.
him and my brother-in-law, and he was like, I want to see my grandkids grow. Come move over here. And they
Really?
were all like, I was all like, and at that point I was living, close to my brother and sister, my mom and dad. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't know. I said, it's an island.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I said, I don't mind. It's tropical, but in the end I was like, okay. So grandpa with the grandkids, and my daughter, my third child, she was born here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah. So
So,
this is a place I've lived the longest.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We've been here 20 and a half years. I was like,
Oh
oh
my
my God.
goodness. Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
I've been here a long time. I'm like,
Yes, that is home.
yeah. Yep.
Wow. Could you imagine being anywhere else?
Sometimes I do, but at the same time, I'm like, this is home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah. You set yourself a goal, like when you want to come, and then,
Yeah. Yeah.
shoot for that.
And you know what? I'm thinking it would be a nice birthday gift to myself. And I'm a loner,
There you go.
I'm a loner. I travel alone a lot. Like the majority of my travel has always been alone.
Really,
Yeah.
you don't mind going on your own, just
No,
up and
not
go.
at all. Like
That
I'm
is like my
adventurous.
brother. My brother, he would like go. Yeah, You
Yes.
just go, okay, I'm in New York now. I'm in Washington. I'm with the
Yes.
Amtrak.
Yes, like I absolutely love it. Like I have a love for it, you know, and I just feel like there's only me to satisfy, you know, so I get to do everything that I wanted to do while I'm there,
Yeah.
you know, like I enjoy it. So I'm thinking it'll be a
That's
nice birthday gift to
amazing.
myself. I'm gonna have
That's
to save up for
amazing.
that. I'm gonna have to save up
Yeah.
for it.
You kind of do your Excel sheet. Okay, the plane fare, the hotel, and like you say, you want to drive and stuff, and that would be like,
A rental. So yeah, I'm
yeah,
thinking like flight, car, and hotel. It's going to be pretty expensive. And I don't, when I come there, like, I feel like I, Hawaii is one of those places you don't want to go for like 2 or 3 days, you know?
mhm,
So, and it
yeah.
just, the more days, the more expensive it
I can
gets.
totally relate. I can
The
totally
more
relate,
expensive it
because
gets.
that's why I'm like, okay, the first and last day is already like I'm gonna be traveling, so that's like
Exactly.
scratch.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, then the in between and what I kind of want to do,
Yeah.
like highlights, and then from there I take it where okay, then I want to do this and this for sure, and then I'll get ideas when I get there.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm going to, well, we're at the end of the month now. June, I'll be in Pennsylvania, and I'm going to go to New Jersey for a little bit while I'm there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. My birthday's in June. My birthday's in June, so I'm like, you
Nice.
know, where can I go that's like nearby, you know, not too far, so that it's not a any type of hindrance. Because I'm like, okay, school's starting, and I just want to get away, and I can do that. That's just a short trip, you know. It's nowhere. Get a hotel. I'll still be able to attend to class, you know,
Yes.
and do a couple things and be away from home for a little bit, you know. Like
Yeah.
I got some nasty neighbors where I stay right now. It's like,
Oh,
yeah, I just need to get away from it, you know.
yeah.
I'll be moving at the end of
And
the
the good
year.
thing with being online is your you can take your laptop and
That's,
log in
yeah,
and just watch that time difference,
exactly.
and still meet your deadline. Because
Exactly.
your website is always on 24/7, 365, so you can access your class anytime.
Correct. Like it won't interrupt or interfere at all. And I'm like, it just works, you know. But like I was saying, I'll be moving at the end of the year. Have you ever been to OKC, Oklahoma City?
No,
That's where I'm moving.
never. Like those cities, right? No, like the mid. I've never been there.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. So I'm thinking sometime probably, you know, August, September, I'll go down there to finalize some of the things, you know, as far as my apartment and things of that nature and just like get a better feel for the place. But I wanted to live
So
somewhere.
you're moving to Oklahoma?
Yes, I am. Yep, the Midwest.
Wow.
Yep, Midwest.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I actually wanted to go in 2020, but
Mhm.
I didn't have the money to, and now I'm getting a little bit of money a month, you know. So I'm like,
Mhm.
I can go. I can finally go. And I didn't want to go anywhere that I've lived before. I've lived in Georgia. I've lived in North Dakota.
Mhm.
I've, you know, California. I even tried that. So I'm like Midwest. Let's see what's there, you know.
That's awesome.
And I'm not looking for a scene, you know. I'm just looking for somewhere where I can go and be, you know, like and not be bothered.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I meet people here all the time, and they said, "Okay, I'm here now." It's like, what brought you here? I just wanted a different scenery, and I
Yeah.
love whenever people tell me, just like how you're sharing with me. It's like I just decided to move, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Where again, that what you were saying, getting out of the comfort level, and
Yeah.
it's like to be able to just move, and then hey, at least I can say tried it, check it off, and then okay, if it
Right.
doesn't work worked out, I moved.
Yes. And that,
You're the boss of your all of this.
exactly. And I feel like so often people just get stuck in it. Like you feel like you have to be somewhere. You feel like you can't do this and you can't do that. That's another thing that's kind of I enjoy about my life, and me being alone and not having, you know, um, so many others to satisfy, not having a
Mhm.
like children and stuff. It makes it easy when I decide that there's something I want to do. It's so much easier to like carry out and move forward with it.
You just go.
I
It's
just
like I think
go. I
this
just
weekend I'm
go.
gonna go here.
Yes, I
I
just
love
go.
it.
And if it doesn't work out, like I always have, other places that I've lived, you have it. It's experience. That's what experience is. You have it in your bag. You know it, you know?
When you were in the military, army, right?
Correct.
And what places did you get like stationed at?
I was stationed in Fort Benning, Georgia, and the only place that they ever sent me while I was on active duty was to
Hmm.
Iraq. So I've been to Iraq 3 times.
Wow, that was the deployment
Yes, three combat deployments.
3 times.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It sucked so
Well,
bad because
were
I
your tours?
6 months and then 2 years. So I was like so unfortunate. I would hear people getting all these awesome duty stations. I mean, of course, that was during a wartime, so it was different. But I'm still like the
That's
military
interesting.
never sent me anywhere nice. Like they've only ever sent me to Iraq, and
Just
every
how many years did you serve?
12.
Your 12 years. It was like Benning and the three tours.
Yeah, 12 years. I did 3 years active duty, and I can tell you this because you understand how the different branches are. So active duty, and then I did the other, let's see, 7 8 years. I did National Guard. So you know
Hmm.
how that is. Sometimes when you're in the guard, you can be activated and still called
Yes.
on a deploy. Yeah, yep, that's what happened.
Wow. Wow. So,
Yep.
but overall, home is Ohio for you, right?
Yes, this is where I was born and raised.
Okay. The good thing is, you can always go back, right?
That's true. That's true. It's
Okay.
always it's always there. But you know
I
what?
love your
You
your
know
demeanor about hey, let me go up and go. I love that.
but you know what? It's like when you think of home, it's supposed to be where the heart is. And you're like, well, if
Yes.
there's nothing there to go to, is it really home? You know? Like I'm not in touch with any of my family. Like it's it, like I really have no reason to be here.
Are they far, like within the city right there from you?
No, no, they're not far. They just have some challenging mindsets. Like they have issues, so I just kind of keep my distance.
They,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just keep my
We were like
distance.
that when we were all in Florida. They're like 20 minutes away, but we all
Yes.
just kept
Yeah,
like,
like literally my family is nowhere here. Like Akron is already small, So like my mom must stay, I don't know, probably 15 minutes away. My uncles, they might be 15 minutes away, in each direction. My brother, probably 25 minutes away. Like they're all nowhere. I have cousins and stuff. Like this was always the place that I came to visit. Like I used to always come here and visit them. And the weirdest thing is now that I live here, I never get to see them. I never see them.
Mm-hmm.
It's disturbing, really.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how we were. It's like, it, 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 you want to spend time with family, but sometimes it's like, I remember aunties, uncles is like,
Yeah,
you never call, respect your elders. And it's like, oh, the phone line goes both ways.
it does.
How come you don't call me?
Right.
But they feel that it's the young ones who should make the initiation, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I don't know, Marissa. Life is something else, isn't it? You know.
Yes, yes, yes. I totally agree. Like you just keep traveling, enjoying your time wherever it takes you,
Indeed.
the good thing is you research. It's like, okay, I'm curious about that place. It's like, okay, let me go try it out.
Mhm.
And you're even though you're by yourself, you're not scared to go.
No. You know what?
I'm curious about that place. I'm just gonna go spend a couple of days, immerse in their area, and it's like, okay.
You know what's funny, Marissa? I never realized how much like a female traveling alone really freaks people out. Like I was it wasn't until I went to Africa by myself and I was like,
You went to Africa?
yeah, and like people really freaked out. They're like, "How do you just go?" And in that case, I made sure I knew someone there. But because I would need a translator and all kind of stuff. But it was then in that moment that I was like, oh my goodness, the idea of me being a woman and traveling alone is really bothering people. Like it freaks them out. It doesn't make sense to them. Like, and I couldn't understand why. I'm like, well, if I wait on everyone else to get ready, I'll never get to go anywhere.
I love that because I used to say that. So it's like you got to go, and it's like, okay, when do you think? Well, I don't know, like
Yeah,
this year. It's like, well, give me a time frame. Well, I don't know, and it's like irritating.
it
So
is.
I love that mindset. Oh my God, you've been to Africa, like which countries?
I
I'm
went
curious.
I went to Uganda.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And that's the only country I went to while I was there. We traveled a little bit. I stayed there almost a month. And while I was there, I stayed in both the village and the resort area. I kind of split the time up staying in both places. So I got to see both sides. And it's something else. It's really something else. But there, it's there that I learned not the value, but the what do you call it? It's like the anatomy, I suppose, of fruit and vegetables. Like what they're
Yeah.
supposed to do and how long they can last. Like we got some weird stuff going on with the fruit and vegetables in the states. And over there, you see what a tomato really can do. You see what an onion can really do. You see how they really last. Like food isn't. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Oh wow, you like really immersed in the community,
Yeah.
and you want to learn all their needs.
Customs and yeah.
Yeah, the culture, and that's the one thing that I always learned is that it's like when you go to these places, like I lived in Germany for 3 years. It's like the 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 locals. It's like you have to immerse in their culture. You have to learn about it.
Yeah.
And when my husband went there, like initially, like 2 months prior, and so first thing is, of course, they give them those language lessons and whatnot, and then so he learned a couple enough. Like I want this, it's hello, It's like, I want that, and you just point, right?
Yeah.
There's this bakery we used to go to, and it's like, come to find out, it's like, you try, and then they're fine. Then all their English comes out. It's the fact that you try.
Yeah.
It's like to speak their language, and then come to find out, the owner, she used to be an English teacher. So it's like,
Oh,
to
wow.
them, it means a lot to them when you try. You
It
don't just
does.
go there. Well, we're stationed here, and then we're like, you must respect us because we're the visitor. No,
Right.
wrong answer.
Right.
Yeah,
And sometimes that's how people really act, like they just kind of they'll stump all over folks, it's horrible. It's horrible how they act. Um
yeah,
and like you said, it means a lot to them when you try to
yeah,
reach them.
yeah. Yeah. That's how many days did you stay when you went over there in Uganda?
Um like I said, almost a month. So I was probably
That's
somewhere
a
around.
long time.
It is, or maybe it was more like, I'm thinking it was close to 20 days. Yeah, maybe a little shy of that. And let me tell you something, I couldn't get with it. Like fruit and vegetables, that's one thing we always have that. I feel like no matter where you go, you're going to have fruit and vegetable. But depending on where you go and when you see how they handle meat, it can completely destroy you, you know. So
Wow.
the way that they were handling meat there, I really couldn't get with. So I found myself living off French fries, like, and it was difficult, to get with the customs. It was difficult.
Mhm.
But I remained polite. It's rude to reject their food and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
can't do that. You have to try it. So I did. I tried the food, but I didn't like it.
But the fact that you tried it though
Yeah, yeah,
shows respect, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because they said you cannot just turn down, right? Because
And
that.
yes, it would be disrespectful. Rude. It would be rude.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh wow, amazing! You're very traveled.
yeah. You know, Look, let me tell you something, Riz. Look, on my way there, I had a couple of layovers, okay? I had a layover in London. While I was there, I went and I got a massage. It was the nastiest massage I've ever had, okay? Like the guy.
But it's funny. Okay, you're just there layover, and you're like getting a massage.
Yeah, but it was so gross. The guy, he just oiled me up. He put oil all over me, and it was horrible. And you could tell it was one of those situations where they don't see a lot of colored skin. I was at one of those places, and he just put oil everywhere. And I was like, oh, this
Uh-huh.
is so nasty. Then I had a layover in Amsterdam, and that's when I decided that I wanted to go there. I never got around to it, though.
Oh wow.
I think trips like that, though, when you have a destination that has a couple of layovers in like larger places, I like stuff like that. Anytime that you can get a chance to go out,
Mhm.
for a few hours, and just kind of see what the area is like. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Get a stamp in your passport.
Yes. Yes. I'm all about stamp and the
For
passport.
sure, for sure.
Oh, nice. I'm all about the stampy.
So am I. You know what? I can have
And
nothing
that's
to do.
why, like, sometimes you go through customs and they're just all like, they look. It's like, okay. And it's like, you better grab that stamp and stampy me.
That's right. Don't forget my stamp. I've been here. Don't forget my stamp.
Yes. The date, and the country stamp.
Yep. so funny.
Nice.
Oh wow. Well,
Very nice.
that's this has been a refreshing talk, Marissa. I appreciate your time today.
Yes,
I
of
do.
course.
I appreciate your time. Like, it's so kind of you to take time out your day, you know, just to not to make sure everything's rolling, the ball's rolling the way it's supposed to be, but to share some of your experiences. I always think that's
Of
so
course.
nice. I think that's so nice.
I'm all about it. Okay, yes, it's one thing, business talk about your enrollment and whatnot, but it's like getting to know you as a person as well, because sometimes getting to know you, then I know how I can best help you and support you, cheer you on, your interests, right?
Yeah,
Because you can easily just say, oh, by the way, I'm traveling over there, and it's like at least I know because you love to travel,
right. Yeah,
and then and if something happens, then at least we know, okay, how can we work through this together?
yeah, yeah. So,
Because
Mar-
otherwise, I'll just be pushing the paper, okay, fill this, fill it out, fill it out.
that's right.
So,
Yeah, it does. It helps um build a bridge, like it pays to know, who you're dealing with. It really
yeah,
does. Because, like you said, it helps you better assist.
yeah, because otherwise, I'll just be all like, yeah, like I
Paper
said,
pushing.
hey, here, yeah,
Yeah,
complete this, complete that, and then,
right.
okay,
Right.
and then, okay, you're starting on this day, and then, okay,
Yeah. So I do. I appreciate it, Marissa. It's been a pleasure.
of course, yeah, and anything, like, uh, anything you need,
I
whatever we
will.
can work through, just like, with your class, right?
Yeah.
Hey, let me research because I'm seeing different things here, and then the other departments, let me get to the bottom of this. So
Yes.
then at least we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Anything else we can try and figure out?
No, nope. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to go.
I'm glad.
Thank you.
Of course, yeah. And your class is there. Just don't submit anything before when the clock hits actually 11:59. Well, no, when it actually says the 31st,
Okay.
that's when you can kind of start submitting things like your introduction, your meet your faculty and peers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
check on those. Alrighty.
All right.
I'll let you go enjoy your weekend. I'm gonna be off. I was trying to work on Saturday, but my manager said, "Oh, slots are full." I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And so I'll be back in the office on Tuesday, the 31st.
Okay. Well,
All
Marissa, if I
right.
need
Again,
you, I'll.
enjoy. What's your adventure over the weekend?
You know what? I'm not gonna do anything really for the holiday. I'm gonna grill out, but I grill out year round. Like, it can be cold and snow. Marissa, it can be cold with snow outside, and I'll grill out. Like, I grill all year round.
Wait, you
So
got your snorkel on, like out there?
yeah. So I'm thinking just to switch it up, just to switch up the scenery a little bit because I normally grill here at the duplex where I stay. I'm gonna like pack a small, basket, and I'm gonna go to like one of the metro parks because they have grills and things set up there. I'm just gonna pack a little basket and go, and I'm gonna grill out there, and then I'm gonna do the trail, and that'll be my day. That's what I'm planning for the weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Yeah. Um.
What about you? Do you have anything planned?
Um. Well, my daughter, teenager, she wants to see what's on sale. There's
Of course.
sale, so I'm like, okay. But it depends. If we get lazy or like, nah. And we have family. They're visiting from Canada. So we
Okay.
might hang out, grab lunch on Sunday. Other than that, we might go visit father-in-law, see if he's been, um, what he's doing. Because he sometimes says, "You guys are always so busy. I never get to see you guys." So it's
Aww.
like one of those. It's like, okay, yeah. Now that
Canada.
the new wife, we're like, yeah. So that's why sometimes it's hard to come visit.
Wow. So yeah, I was gonna say, what part of Canada? They're coming quite a way.
The one family member, because actually they're like I believe their aunties and uncles lives here, and but it's more like my dad's side. I didn't I'm not really familiar with them too much,
Okay.
so but I'm familiar with the one that lives in Calgary.
Okay.
They're from Calgary, so I think their house city, the people from Canada, their house city. Um, so they're just here. They come at least. They're retired, so they come here at least once a year. But we always miss each other, and
Really?
they're just like, "Oh, we're gonna go hike. We're gonna go to the beach," and it's like,
Yeah,
must be
they
nice
have
to
it
be
planned
retired.
out.
Must be nice to be retired.
Oh, wow.
I'm still quiet some ways.
Well, look, hopefully you guys get a chance to see each other while they're there. But
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. But like you said, your daughter,
yeah.
she's like, let's see where the sales are.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll see. But if we get lazy, we're just probably gonna be like, okay, like you said, grill for
Yeah.
food, and we'll take it from there.
You know, it's
The
this,
beach,
it's
we don't know.
right. And you know what? Those are things that you have available to you all the time. It's the small things like that I take so
Yeah,
much pleasure in, like grilling and being communing with nature, just being out where there's a lot of
yeah,
greenery and the air is fresh. You guys have the
yeah.
beach. Like, could you like grilling in the beach is enough. What else do you need to do? Really?
See, so here's what I'm gonna share with you. As far as the beach, we stay away. Everybody talks about Waikiki Beach, right? We
Right.
stay away from Waikiki Beach. We go like North Shore. We go the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Waikiki Beach, that's the tourist section.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
that's
stay
that can be too much.
that. Yeah. So, but yeah,
I always say like areas like those, like when you're a native, when you live there, you have to be in the mood for tourists. Like
yeah.
you just have to.
Yeah, yeah, and Memorial Day, right? So
Mhm.
we have the Punch Bowl Cemetery, you know, and that's where like service members buried. Um, so on Sundays, I'm very involved with scouting,
Okay.
the Boy Scouts. So on Sundays, what the Scouts do is they go over there, they decorate with a flag and the lei, all the markings, right? They put a lei, they put the flag, the American, like, those thick ones, and then they put a lei. And then from there, um, so on Monday, when the mayor as well as family members, they have the ceremony. Then you see that the place is decorated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Sundays the scouts put the flag, just
Yeah.
depending, there are shortage of the leis because it's the flower leis. So
Yeah.
there's a shortage. So um, not sure if there's going to be. In the past, that's what we do. One scout puts the flag, the next scout right behind puts the lei, and it's an amazing view because you arrive there and it's like just green, right?
Yeah.
And then when they say okay, let's go ahead, and like within like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because all the different scout groups they all have the different sections, and within like 10, 15 minutes, the whole field
Oh my goodness.
decorated with the flags.
I bet that's
So,
beautiful.
yep. So, yeah, they asked me, hey, do you want to come? I'm more not within the troop anymore because my three kids are all Eagle Scouts already.
Okay.
So I'm more with the town school now in district. So I'm still trying to give back because I believe in the group so much.
Oh
So that's why
wow.
I'm like, yeah, I have no more kids in it, but I'm still like giving back. And there's
Yeah.
like a lot of us that's doing it.
I
Like,
was gonna say there's nothing wrong with that.
I think it's the fact we believe in that organization so much.
Right. Right.
You know. So, but yeah,
Well.
yeah, they asked the kid, can you come? I'm like, well, clearly you're busy. Yeah. And I said, like, every day this week has been like all scouting. Every night I have different meetings with different scouts. So I'm like, um, I might take a day off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Monday I had this meeting, Tuesday this meeting, Wednesday. I'm like, oh my gosh, let me take a break. So the barbecue sounds good. We'll see, maybe on Sunday the beach, because Monday I know for sure Monday the beach are constantly busy.
Yeah.
Like, and people get there at like 6 in the morning with all their pop-up tents and stuff, and
Oh
then
wow.
until like 9, 10. They make it a whole day event.
It's really festive.
It's like before I moved to Hawaii, it's like okay, I go to the beach like 2 to 3 hours,
Mhm.
and
And then you
we're
realize
done
it's a
with my
all
mother-in-law.
day act. Yeah.
Yeah, we get there at 9 and 10 o'clock. We start unloading pop-up tents,
Yes.
grill, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready, and they're all like 4 or 5 p.m. I'm like, we've been here like.
Marissa said we've been here
Yeah,
like.
I did not know that. Yeah.
That's so funny.
So
Yeah,
after that, it's like, oh my gosh.
you finally look at your watch and you're like, we've been here 6, 7 hours already. Like,
Yeah, I was not prepared. I did not know it's like a whole thing. And then, yeah, like the week before COVID, it's like people be camping. They get there at like 9 p.m. I see my spot. And then, or get there at 5 in the morning. I see my spot.
oh
I'm like,
wow,
it's 5 in the morning. And you're already, yeah.
oh wow.
And I understand because then
That
it's like, okay,
the
the
Boy
park
Scout her says that they were
certain
applying
section. And people,
yesterday
they
about
come back every
the
year,
thing
so
next
they know
door.
exactly where
This
to
is where it's
run.
coming from. She's
That's good.
acting like she's getting this influence and this insight from someone. Oh wow.
All right. Well, I will let you go. It's been an awesome chit chat with
It
you.
really has, Marissa. Like, thank you so much for taking time out.
Of course, my pleasure. And enjoy your weekend, okay?
Thank you. You do the same. Have fun. Have a blast
Okay.
with the family. Have a great
And
time.
on Tuesday, I can call you anytime, right?
Yep, anytime is fine. I'll be here.
Let me just look at my calendar. Several of you starting that day. 6 hours difference, right, between you and I?
Yes.
I always get confused with Ohio. Yes, 6
Yeah, you're
hours.
right. It's 6.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's 3 with me in Arizona. Like, that kind of threw me off at the beginning because I was talking to you. You're the first person I talked to, you know? And I'm like,
Yes.
6 hours? I always remembered 3. And then I realized you were in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I was like, oh, that's why. That's why she said 6,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes. And you know what? I get students, and I tell them that right away. And then we be talking like a month already, and they go, yeah, because I said, what time do you want me to call you for? Say, hi. They were like, you're 3 hours, right? And I'm like, no. And they were like, well, aren't you in Arizona? And I'm like, no.
Right.
See, whenever I call you, it says Honolulu. And they were like, oh. And then I'm like, yeah, we've been talking for a month.
Right. Oh, that's
Yeah,
so funny.
but, we're good to go. I got you down. I'll probably call you around noonish. Does
Okay,
that work?
that's fine. Soon as
Yeah,
you get
if I
in.
miss you, we can always
Okay.
All right. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
So they're calling her me. Me, I'm having this conversation. Okay. And as you can see, I just got some insight about Boy Scout about Boy Scouts. They will take that conversation, that dialogue, and they'll apply it to it that they're calling me, and then they'll act like that's where she got the idea from. And you know what? Suddenly, I think I should put all these little rugrats in Boy Scouts. They do that all the time. Like every element of everything that I do, they have the neighbors, those around me, covered down on it. So where I go, phone conversations I have, just dialogues in general. Okay, like they're covering down on all of it and acting out something that they normally would not act out to claim that they're me and that I'm them. Cause you ain't gonna see me acting on no Boy Scout stuff. I don't got no kids. I don't want no kids. I am so fucking happy I don't have kids.